You know how we joke about people on both sides of the aisle, how stupid they are when it comes to money and finance, not understanding solutions, right? Like, especially people like, let's say people on the left, right? They're like, we'll tax billionaires more and then we could pay for things. I'm like, it doesn't matter how much you tax them if you don't stop spending. If you just keep raising spending, keep doing spending, it won't matter. So what's the point of doing that? If you're not fixing anything, you're just driving more money out of the private, you're actually hurting the economy more. Here's the problem, okay? And this is, and remember, sometimes politics and economics roll into each other, okay? You know how we joke about people on both sides of the aisle, how stupid they are when it comes to money and finance and not understanding solutions, right? Like, especially people like, let's say people on the left, right? They're like, we'll tax billionaires more and then we could pay for things. I'm like, it doesn't matter how much you tax them if you don't stop spending. If you just keep raising spending, keep doing spending, it won't matter. So what's the point of doing that? If you're not fixing anything, you're just driving more money out of the private, you're actually hurting the economy more. Fix spending and do that, right? You can't just do that. That Asmongold guy, I don't interact with him, but I saw on Twitter, he's like, this is why universal basic income is an inevitability and it's a good thing. And I'm like, you are a fucking idiot, bro. Like, you can't have a functioning BI with a U in front of it. If universal basic income happens, that means everybody gets the same amount of basic income, meaning there's that much money flowing into the economy, meaning the prices of everything raised by that much, and everybody who has the UBI is just where they started because the prices have outdone it. No, basic income would be for the people who aren't working or who are driven out by jobs, while the other people don't get it, so that that's how you have that raising the tide kind of thing, right? You can't have universal basic income if there are still people that are making a large amount of money or people that are employed, because then you just offset it. You have to, if you're going to implement basic income, it's got to come from the people that are making no money or very little income to help raise them. Prices will come up a bit, but not equal, because not everyone is getting that amount of money, right? No, this isn't a drama thing. I'm telling you, like, people will say these things. I don't know if they really believe them or not, okay? All right? I know we say universal basic income because it makes it sound like we're better than we are, we're talking, or we're like trying to help everyone. But the truth is that you can't have a UBI if you have people working, right? If you have 50% of the population working in some capacity of minimum wage up to multi-billionaire, and you give all of them the same income as you do the people at the bottom, then it washes itself out. So universal basic income doesn't work. You either have a basic income for people to help raise them up, right? And you could do that if you lower spending and then raise taxes on richer people. Then you actually add more money into to the honey pot, as it were, and then taxation actually has some effect on where borrowing comes from, and then you could do that, right? But the idea of giving everybody a basic income, you do more harm. Now you have hyperinflation, and you didn't do anything to help the lower people, right? But if you can subsidize people that are at a certain level, then you would have a basic income. I mean, we couldn't call it universal. We would call it, an SBI, survival basic income, or anything. It can't be universal, though. All right? But you already have, this country, a lot of people don't know this. We actually have 2/3 of our spending is on social welfare programs in America. People don't know that. The problem is, though, is that we don't spend enough time, whether it's purposely or, educating people about it. So a lot of people who would normally fall out and hit that safety net fall through it because they don't know where or how to get those benefits. Or, and this is something, listen, I'm gonna give you all a little life advice right here, okay? Life advice right here. If you or somebody falls on really hard times and you have to go apply for assistance, there is a good chance you are going to get rejected the first time. That is by design. Okay? That is by design. They want to wash people out. People who get rejected the first time or don't qualify or get told they don't qualify the first time don't reapply and don't keep on with it, and that washes out the weak. Okay? Our social programs are fucked up in a lot of ways, where if you don't qualify the first time, and you could easily qualify, you'll get bounced, and then you just give up, and then you fall out of the system. Then you don't qualify anymore. You have to keep on that shit. Okay? If you think I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm a veteran. Okay? Let me tell you something about veterans programs and veteran assistance. Okay? They make it very difficult. You have to keep going at it. I know guys out there that don't even fucking qualify for disability that are on 100% because they just kept with the VA. I know that's fraud, and I hate those people. But what I'm getting at is that people that are on these or need these, we have a safety net in this country. A lot of people don't understand it. The problem is that there's this fucked up line between if you make this much money, you don't qualify. If you make $1 less, you qualify. But that's just that initial thing. You just keep going back, and eventually you'll get it if you do qualify, or if it's part of a subsidy program. But so many people give up after the first time, and that's by design. It's a fucked up design, but it's by design. It's so the government can say, look, we spend all this money on programs, give us your votes. But it's difficult to get into them. Okay? All right, so let me, not necessarily the UBI test project we had in Finland. So UBI was a supplemental income that scaled down because, okay, again, universal basic income. Universal means everyone. Basic means a set level, and income means income. You're talking about a city or a small country of a homogenous population all the way away that has a super high tax rate that is also supplemented by natural resources and the EU. I'm talking about a universal basic income, which we basically kind of had a version of during COVID, right? Individual people got enhanced unemployment benefits, businesses and rich people got PPP loans, everybody got money, and look at where we're at right now. Again, I'm not against a basic income for that. I'm just saying you have to understand, if you think universal basic income will work beautifully like you think it won't. It can't. Unless we move to a strict barter system where we're just trading goods, services, and commodities and not a fiat currency, it won't work. And if you think Bitcoin fixes it, Bitcoin would actually make that worse, because now you're talking about a finite resource which people will hoard, and if people hoard, the value oversteps a ridiculous amount, and then obviously you can't do anything with it. So what do? Then everybody dies. All right. I was only going to start this. We aren't already on a fiat currency? Of course we're on a fiat currency. What are you talking about? I said I haven't played AMC in 3 years, but with Dune 2 pre-sales crashing the site and this commemorative popcorn tub for the movie, I may have to reconsider. That's going to be some weird tasting popcorn. Thank you, Daniela. Applebee shift manager. Okay. Did you have your prune juice? Imagine getting cut off at the bar by Stocky. Just ignore the haters. These aren't haters. This is exactly what we do every day. Your wife just put her order in. No, can we get more towels, Stocky? I don't look like a pool bar. Even if I was working at a pool, I'd be making more money than what you do on your trades, dumbass. When you're given, and because remember, when your is out, when it comes out, it's growing, right? Like it's literally growing off of what you put inside of it, right? So think about like a in your house, right? If you have a outside and you just bury it in the dirt and then you just rely on the whatever, it's going to grow. But if in the beginning stages, if you put organic stuff in there, you put some fertilizer, I'm not saying put fertilizer on your I'm just saying, I'm not a doctor, but I can't find a doctor who would look at me and say, no, you're wrong. In the jars is better for your than using, natural fruits and vegetables to directly.